Okay, it's July 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, July 27th. July 27th, 2026, and I woke up this morning and I put my right shoe on. I usually try not to take off my shoes, but all these big bumps that the perpetrators have put on my toes, they've almost broken my toes, but you can tell they've done it with in some unconventional way. So my feet, all of my toes are bent all kinds of weird ways, and they put big knobs on my feet and on the sides of my feet. And I only wear sneakers. I've only been wearing sneakers for years, forced to wear sneakers. Before that, I wore these big, fat, soft leather moto boots. That's what I wore to work. They were flat and they were fat. And so I should not have any bunions, and I should not have any hammer toes at all. And this is beyond hammer toes. So they when I put my right shoe back on, my foot was my toes. The ends of my toes were right up against the shoe, and the shoes that I bought before, there was space, and so I measured my feet, and not only were my feet like a quarter of an inch bigger, and they expanded my feet from like a little over 8.5 inches to 10.5 inches in a short period of time, and then they just expanded them another quarter of an inch. And when I measured my sneakers, whenever I buy sneakers, I measure them, because they steal the sneakers and they bring a copy that's bigger. That's how they've been doing that. So, and doctors just ignore me, okay? So, and I was 5'5". Last time I measured myself, I was 5'3". Because some things have been going on with my torso as well. I mean, don't tell me these people don't have access to bodies. They're doing crap in the night to my body, and if you don't believe that, you need to check out the super soldier stories on the Imagination podcast. But this is documentation, and I knew because a few weeks ago the sneakers were fitting different in the where my ankles were. They also expanded my ankles, where I could put my hands around my ankles, and now I can't. So this is my shoelaces they changed out and gave me humongously long shoelaces, kind of to let me know that they had messed with my sneakers. So I guess that's when they changed the size on my sneakers from 11 to 11.25 inches. Only from 11 to 11.25 inches they changed the size on my sneakers. So this is the shoelaces that go up to, starting at 1 here, and they go up to, here's the other end, 51 inches. And it's not quite 51, as you can see, so it's not even a normal size for athletic shoelaces. And it's kind of like they put shoelaces so long that I have to triple tie them if I wanted to. I usually double tie them, but they look ridiculous because the loops are humongous. So, and this is what they've done to my camera app, where you can only see things close up. I can't put the distance any further than this. So they do this to impede me recording, and they gave me shoelaces that are, it looks like 50 inches long, and like I said, a quarter inch added to my feet, and an eighth of an inch added to the sneakers. So this is like sick kind of criminal thing. This is like cult behavior. Don't tell me this doesn't have something to do with either the medical criminals, the medical biological criminals, probably more along that lines, but it's also enabled by the military industrial complex, who knows all about tracking people and that sort of thing. So this is just documentation that and my feet have been grossly deformed. And usually what I do is you have to look for the AI in my videos. So they AI all of my videos, and they basically edit in whatever they want to edit in. And what they routinely do when I take videos of my feet or anything, or my body or my face, is that they'll like put more damage than the picture shows, and then later on they'll do the damage to me. So this is what has been done to my feet. This is the latest thing. They put a whole lot of yesterday this was all yellow. There was a peeled spot on the other side. They've done this, as you can see. Like, I can't even see where my ankle is. My ankle is missing. And like some big lump has been put in its place. It goes from here to here. That is crazy ridiculous. You can almost see where my original feet ended, and where my original foot was about that big, and my leg, like I said, I could put my hands completely around my leg, so you can kind of see where my leg was, where my original, it was like here and here. And they are expanding the picture quite a bit on the leg here. So this is all expanded due to this camera app, and I guess it's like real-time AI. I don't know how they do it. And as you can see, they've darkened my skin a whole lot. And when I have been running, I run in the shade. And you don't keep a permanent tan. Like, you don't tan when you go out to, like, when you're just outside. So this is like what you'd see if you were a person who did not burn, which I was, a person that burnt. If you'd been hanging out in the sun all day, like hanging out directly in the sun, like a whole day, like at a picnic, or, you know, playing something, or sitting on the beach or something. So this is what they are doing to me. They're darkening my skin. And I have these little freckles, or not freckles, I never had freckles. So all of these, and they're really like not letting you see the marks. When I back up, they're fading out the marks. I have little dots all over, little dark pigment marks all over, and that's where they have put the color. And my hands, you can see, my hands should be about one shade darker than my feet. So, yeah, they're expanding like everything on the picture right now, and this is some sick agenda that these people have. But they've deformed my feet. In this case, and they're making my feet look way wider than they are. So they're really skinny right now. But they actually added bone here. They added tons of bone here. They put pads here and they've like somehow made my feet all turn up. And they're doing it to these two. They've removed my nails, and these are not my nails. So I can like take a picture of my nails one night, and the next night they will be completely different than when I went to bed. And this, I mean, I will like put moisturizer on this and peel off that extra skin, and you know, I'll wake up in the morning and there'll be brand new ones, and it'll be worse than this, where there's like visible skin peeling off the things. They started with this toe, and then they moved down to that, and then they turned my toe sideways. They turned my toe completely sideways. So, I mean, I suppose that's a directed energy weapon that did that. And, see, so that you can see how bent that toe is from wearing these sneakers and, like I said, big fat boots for the longest time. And I've been trying to get help. Don't tell me that there's not mass mind control going on, because I don't get a normal response out of doctors, out of my own mom, out of preachers. Went to get help, physical help at the hospital, and they did one of their things that they're not supposed to do, that they often do to targeted individuals. They actually ignored a request for a physical exam. So they ignored it. Like, they should be sued, to be honest with you. Yeah, I said sued.